What's going on, guys? Welcome to Cryptocurrency Person of the Week. This is the first of the series. I'm on my way right now to interview our first person, Jonas G, so I'll see you there. We just got to Jonas's house. Long ride, but here we are. Jonas, how are you?
What's up, Denver? Hey, everybody.
All right, let's do this. Hey, my name is Denver Nunley. I am the community developer at TokenAI. And today we're here with a very special guest, Jonas G, who is a 20-year-old filmmaker from a small village in Germany. And we thought it'd be really cool to share with you guys his story about how he got to Los Angeles and how he got introduced to cryptocurrency and what that has done for his life. So Jonas, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So, all right, cool. Let's get started. So tell us about yourself. What did you do in Germany before you came to LA? And then we'll get on to how you got introduced to cryptocurrency.
All right, cool. So I'm a freelance filmmaker. And this is basically what I did before coming to LA too. I was graduating from high school in 2016. I wanted to move to Los Angeles back then already, but it didn't really work out. So I said, okay, that's fine. I just become a freelance filmmaker in Germany if I can't do it in LA. So I started, having here and there some gigs, doing some client work. I remember a friend of mine from school back in Germany. He was organizing events at nightclubs. And he asked me, you're into film, why don't you film the whole event? Like film the DJ, the people dancing, the waiter, everything. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me, where do I get a camera from? I didn't even have a camera back then. So I borrowed a camera from a friend, I did the video, and I gave it to them. I edited it and gave it to them. They put it on their Facebook and they really liked it. So they said, yeah, why don't you come back next week? And this is how this whole thing really started for me. I knew I wanted to film, but this is how I got into it. So right after I signed my business called G Studios in Germany, and I was trying to get clients to make money, right? But I didn't even have a camera, so I needed a job first to make money in order to then make money with my own business, if that makes sense. So I asked my uncle, he was manager at a soup factory. So I just worked there 8 hours a day for like a few months, honestly. At the, I don't know how it's called, but in the factory where they produce the soup.
The assembly line.
Exactly. So I was working there 8 hours a day. My shift was from 6 a.m. to I think like 3 p.m. So I had to wake up at like 5. So I worked there for quite some time. And then I remember I had a few thousand euros after working there for basically, I didn't do anything else than working there. And I went to Los Angeles just for fun. I bought myself my first camera. I went back and then I started like making like proper client work by emailing people. I emailed ice cream shops. I had this one dude who was like a rapper kind of thing. I did my first music video in Germany. So this is how this whole like freelance filmmaking in Germany started with my business. And then once my parents realized how serious I am about this and that I wasn't, applying to film schools in Germany nor doing apprenticeships there, they really like saw how serious I am about it. So then essentially a year after doing my own thing in Germany, they supported me. And then October 2017, I moved to LA, studying at film school right now, and obviously still doing freelance work.
That's quite a story. Cool. That's awesome. And so after you got to LA, everything was all good. How did you how did you get involved into cryptocurrency once you got here? Because you told me that happened shortly after, like a week right when you moved here.
Yeah. So obviously, living in LA was expensive, and my parents do cover most of the costs. But nonetheless, one thing I had to promise my parents was I need to keep working even though I'm in LA. So they basically told me, yeah, keep working in LA like you did in Germany with all the clients and freelance filmmaking work. So I came here, I started using Instagram and again, like reaching out to all the people saying, hi, I'm a filmmaker. And then I met this one friend in film school. And I remember he was so fascinated about G Studios that we met on the weekend, we went to Starbucks and we were talking about what could his logo be and like how did I do my website or whatsoever. And we were at Starbucks and we started like talking and like getting to know each other. And I asked him this one question, like, what did you do before coming here? And he was like traveling, and I was so amazed by how is this even possible. And then he essentially like told me that he was investing into cryptocurrencies since 2013 or 14. And I was so fascinated by, he didn't say how much money he made, but apparently if you're 23 years old and you can travel the world and you invest into cryptocurrency, you make some money, right? And I always, especially at the beginning, I always calculated back, like $100. That's like 8 hours working at a soup factory. Like, wow. Like buying this, I don't know. I always calculated back how long this would take me in the soup factory to get the same amount of money. Anyways, so he introduced me into cryptocurrencies and I wanted to learn more about it. And so he taught me about it.
Did you hop right in or what, like he just told you and you were just, yeah, let's do it? Or?
Good questions. Well, I think I hesitated at the beginning because like this is something I think it was always like surreal, all these scams.
Too good to be true.
Too good to be true, exactly. So I hesitated at the beginning, but as he was like slowly becoming a really, really good friend, I built trust, and this trust essentially led me into, why not trying it? I remember I put 500 euros into my crypto exchange and I started investing.
What was the first thing you invested in?
EOS and Salt.
Cool. And so when was this exactly?
So I remember I got introduced into cryptocurrencies in October 2017, but I had to apply to all these exchanges, Kraken, I use Kraken, Binance and all this. And once you apply, this whole stuff with your passport and like making selfies and this whole verification so that everything is legit took me like 2-3 weeks. So I think I started like November 1st, November 2nd or anything like that.
Still, as we all know, a very good time to get into cryptocurrency. So you made a good amount of money, right?
I did, yeah.
Cool. And so tell us about that. How was that making? You don't have to tell us how much you made, but I know that.
No, it was crazy because, like I said, even back then, I still always calculated back into $100. That means 8 hours working at that factory from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then, I invested into cryptocurrencies starting in November. And it just went up and up, and I checked every day, and I made another 50, another 150, another 200. It was crazy for me back then because I didn't really had this like feeling of making that amount of money that fast. So it felt surreal. It was crazy. I was happy. I was really happy.
And so how did you choose what you invested in? Did your friend tell you everything, or did you do your own research, or how did what steps, how did that look?
So obviously he at the beginning he told me what to invest in. I had no idea. Again, I built that trust. I just said, okay, why not just doing it? And then obviously by, going on CoinMarketCap all the time and, starting to investigating by yourself, you stumble across all these other cryptocurrencies. on like Twitter, you stumble across people like, doing technical analysis and talking about this coin, that coin. You get on Reddit, you get on Telegram. So I started slowly to like, get my own knowledge into this.
So can you tell us some of the how many coins did you invest in, and what were they?
So like I said, I started. So my friend recommended to me to buy EOS, Salt, and Swamp City, which I did obviously, and then I think like a few weeks later, I invested by my own without telling into Ethereum right away, and I think I bought Power Ledger even back then. I don't remember. I think that was it. But yeah, I was still reading about like all the other coins, and like, I didn't put money right away into these coins, but I read about them, and I slowly, like when you go on CoinMarketCap and you see like the top 10, okay, Monero, Dash, Ripple, like I slowly like knew more about these coins. Yeah.
So then you were 19, living in Los Angeles. You were going to film school. You had made some good money off of some cryptocurrencies. Life was good.
Yeah, life was really good. Then I turned 20.
Cool.
Yeah.
Life is still good?
Life is good. No, like for real, life is good.
So what would you say to people out there who are looking to get into cryptocurrency? What advice would you give them as you had just recently done that?
That is a good question. Well, like one thing for sure, and this is what I noticed when I started doing my own research, like don't jump into, like if you read about projects and you really like what they do, like don't just jump into it by, I guess, like I don't know, I would say don't just jump into it and don't invest all your money at once, because what I learned right after everything went up in beginning of January, since now I guess everything is going down still after 6 months.
So luckily you got in earlier. You're still up.
Yeah, I'm still up, and I took some profits out and everything. But what I advise people to do is check the market cycle. Like, what do people say? How's the whole
the sentiment?
Exactly. What do people say about the market rather than about this 1, 2, 3 coins? And then don't put all the money at once. Like I remember, and I was making money, and then my mom actually gave me some money too.
So you told her how much money you made, and she gave you some?
I told my mom, and then my mom was like, okay, I just give you, some money and just do what you do, and, hopefully we make more money.
Mm-hmm. How did that work out for her?
Well, I invested in January. So when everything started going down, it's still down, the initial investment. So I would say, don't just jump in, check the market, how's the sentiment, what are people saying, and then also, check the history of the course, like, is the altcoin at an all-time high right now, or is it like comparable low to history whatsoever? And then don't put everything at once, rather than, let's say you have 1,000 or 2,000 bucks, put like 300, then 300, then 300, then 300, like put it at a time to like...
dollar cost averaging, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
I knew the market sentiment was crazy when you started seeing Lambos with Bitcoin paint jobs on them and stuff like that.
Like, it's funny because when I first discovered it, I was so happy because I felt like, man, I just got to know some secrets. Now I make money. Nobody understands this. And then 2 months later, it was in the news. My dad was talking about it on YouTube. Like everything was full with it. So, yeah.
Cool. That's a crazy story. Very cool. That's awesome. So are you still involved in the community of cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
Are you still into it? Or
No, I'm still into it. And
Do you still hold coins?
Yeah, I do still hold coins, and I'm still telling my mom, don't worry, her money is still going down. But if you do like research and you like check all the technology and what all these companies do, then I do have the faith and the belief that this has, and especially the blockchain itself, some long-term potential.
Right.
So even though it's going down, I have the strong belief that it's going to go up again.
Is there any projects that are coming up that you're excited about, or what are you like researching these days? Or
to be honest, I haven't really done any major research over the past 2 months. I haven't really checked my portfolio just once a week, but I do check, and again this goes back to check the market. Obviously I always check the Bitcoin course, where the Bitcoin stands, because if Bitcoin goes up, the altcoins most likely go up. I'm not an expert or anything like that, but yeah, regarding projects, not really. I'm just waiting until my investments I'm still holding go up, and what I do wait for is once everything goes up again, or the sentiment changes from a bear to a bull market, I do have a few euros I'm gonna put in and invest.
Cool. So me, and you've met much of the TokenAI team. Can you tell us a little bit about what you know about TokenAI and what that is?
Yeah.
What it is we do?
So you guys introduced me to TokenAI, and you guys told me it's an AI who basically analyzes the market whatsoever, and it's a platform, a software on the website you go. And
have you had a chance to use the platform?
Not yet, no. But I saw my friend using it, and it looked really, really easy. You go on that website, TokenAI, and you have this bot, and you pay a fee, and the bot basically analyzes the market and tells you risky buys, or what you should buy, what you should sell. And you can even put the amount of money you're willing to invest into it, and it tells you it gives you a recommended portfolio, I don't know, 5 to 10 coins, tells you what to buy. It's really easy, and I'm definitely gonna check it out once it's out, or when I have the possibility to do so.
Cool. Yeah, it is really easy to use, and I think that's the whole point of it, right? Is for people who don't really know which coins to invest, because it can be overwhelming.
Exactly, so. And it's so hard to find it out, because ICO scams, I don't know if this is still in the news big, but they're all these, you go on CoinMarketCap in the top 100 coins, and everyone is you go on their website, you read the white paper, and for me it seemed every project, it's so revolutionary that wow, this is probably big soon, right? But then you don't really know, because it's really
talk
hard.
Is cheap, right?
It's really hard to filter out the really, really good projects and the not so good projects. So probably TokenAI is a good way to help people like me, who also do not have the time to be every day in front of the computer, read the news, go check what people say in the forums, and do your own research. Like I said, I'm going to film school. I am a freelance filmmaker. This is how I make most of my money. And, analyzing everything and doing I can't even do technical analysis. This is all stuff which is super hard and super time consuming to learn. So TokenAI probably supports people like me who don't have the time but are still interested. Yeah,
and so regarding scams, I just want to make it clear that TokenAI doesn't hold any of your assets, It recommends you a portfolio, and it could even plug into the exchange, and it could. I think as of now, it doesn't do it yet. It's still in the beta, but in the future, it will. As of now, it recommends you a whole portfolio, and it reads. I think it has 3 exchanges on there. I think it's Poloniex, Bittrex, and one other. And it based on the amount you put in, it will tell you. It will recommend you a portfolio or rebalance it or whatever you need, but it will tell you exactly. each coin about what price to buy it at and the quantity of it as to make your whole portfolio. So it doesn't hold any of your assets, so you're not at risk for being scammed, which is the cool part about it.
TokenAI basically directs you into the exchange. So nothing, if you buy the coin, it doesn't even happen at TokenAI on the website.
Yeah. It's like a plugin. It's a plugin to the exchange, which is pretty cool. So yeah, really cool. Anything else you wanna talk about, or what a crazy story?
What a crazy story. No, thank you for